Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are we ready to get into today's lesson? Okay. So today's lesson in basic science, we are going to be talking about drugs. Our topic in basic science for today is on drugs. Have we heard of the word drugs before? Okay. Firstly, we are going to know the meaning of drugs. What do we mean by drugs? Drugs are special substances that doctors or healthcare professionals use to help people feel better when they are sick or have a health problem. These substances can be in the form of pills, liquids, or injections, and are designed to either cure a sickness, relieve its symptoms, or prevent it from getting worse. So drugs are special substances that doctors or healthcare professionals they use to help people feel better when they are sick or have health problem. And this substance that we mentioned can be in the form of pills, liquids, or injections. They are made to cure sickness, to relieve symptoms, or to prevent the sickness from getting worse. Okay? So drugs are substances that help us feel better when we are sick. We have the synthetic drugs and the natural occurring drugs. The synthetic drugs are they are special substance made by people in laboratories rather than being found in nature. These substances are created by mixing different chemicals together to make a drug that can have specific effects on the body. Sometimes synthetic drugs are made to help people when they are sick, like medicine. Some synthetic drugs can be very dangerous and they are not meant to be used. So synthetic drugs are they are special substances that are made by people in the laboratories, in the lab. They are not found in nature. And these synthetic drugs are mixture of different chemicals. They mix different chemicals together to make this drug. It can have a specific effect on the body. The synthetic drugs are made to help people that are sick, and it is called medicine. And some synthetic drugs that are being produced, they can be very dangerous and they are not meant to be used. Okay? So synthetic drugs are drugs that are produced by people in laboratories. They are not found in nature. The ones that are used to help people when they are sick is called the medicine. While some synthetic drugs are dangerous, so they are not meant to be used. We have the natural occurring drugs. The natural occurring drugs are special substances that come from plants or other living things in nature. These substances can have effects on the body and people have been using them for a long time to help with different things. For example, some plants have leaves, roots and seeds that can be used as natural drugs to make us feel better when we are sick or to provide other benefits. So the natural occurring drugs comes from nature. They are not being made in the laboratories, they are coming from nature. And these natural drugs have been used over a very long time before the synthetic drugs came. So natural occurring drugs are substances that come from plants or other living things in nature. They have effects on our body. They help our body when we are sick, and they also provide other benefits. We have different uses of drugs. We have the medicinal use of drugs. Medicinal use means using special things like medicine or treatment to make people feel better when they are sick or have a health problem. It's like using something to help your body get well when it's not feeling good. That is medicinal use of drugs. You are using it to help your body get better when you are sick or when you're having an health problem. Like we have the pain reliefs like the aspirin, ibuprofen, which help us reduce pain and fever. We have antibiotics, which are used to treat bacterial infections. We have cough syrups, which can smooth a sore throat and reduce coughing. Allergy medications, which help control sneezing and runny nose. Vitamins and minerals, which are used to keep our bodies strong and healthy. These drugs, we take them when we are sick or having a health problem. Drugs can be used medically, which are these: the pain reliefs, antibiotics for curing bacteria, the cough syrup for reducing cough, sore throat, vitamins. We have the recreational use and the abusive use. The recreational use of drugs is when certain substance we take them for fun or pleasure. Some people might use drugs like medicine, but not for a health reason. They do it to feel different or have a good time. It's important to know that most drugs should only be used by adults or under a doctor's guidance. So recreational use of drugs is when you just take drugs for fun, for pleasure, without an adult supervising you or a doctor's guidance. You just take it for fun. How we play for fun. So you take drugs for fun. It is not right. The abusive use of drug means using them in a way that is not safe or healthy. This can be very harmful. When people use drug too much or in the wrong way, it can hurt their bodies, minds and relationship. Abusing drugs can lead to serious problem, and it's important to avoid this. Okay? drugs can be Drugs can have different effects on our health and well-being. Some drugs, like the ones doctor gives us, can make us feel better when we are sick. They help our body heal. But other drugs, like those people that might take drug for fun and they can be harmful. They can hurt our bodies and mind, and even damage our relationship with others. So the positive effect of medical use of drugs: it relieves us from pain or discomfort, treatment of infection or illness, improve mental health condition under a doctor's guidance. And the negative effects of abusive or recreational drug use: physical health problems such as heart issues, lung damage or liver damage; mental health issues including anxiety, depression, addiction, you get addicted; impaired judgment and decision making, which can lead to accident or risky behaviour; strained relationships with families and friends; legal problems if drugs are used improperly or illegally; neglect of responsibilities at school, work or home; financial problems due to the cost of acquiring these drugs. risks of overdose which can be fatal. So the proper way of using drugs: prescription. Only use prescription drugs when the guidance of a doctor or health care professional. When using a drugs, you should have the guidance of a doctor or health professional. You follow instruction. Always follow the prescribed dosage and instruction on the medicine. On how to take this medication, you follow the instruction, because when the doctor prescribe the drugs for you, there will be an instruction for you to take the drugs. No sharing. Never share prescription medication with others. Don't share your prescription with others. It might be good for you, it will not be good for the next person, so you don't share it. Avoid using drugs for fun or recreational purposes, as they can be harmful. You ask question. If you have question about a medication or you are unsure, you ask an adult for help, or you meet your doctor. Okay? Avoid peer pressure. Don't use drugs to fit in or because of peer pressure. It's okay to say no if you are uncomfortable. Seek help. If you or someone you know is struggling with drug use, seek help from a trusted adult or a healthcare professional. These are the proper way of using drugs. Okay? Consequences of drug use. When you misuse drugs: health problems. Drugs can be harmful to our bodies, causing physical issues like heart problems, lung damage or addiction. So if it's not used properly, you will hurt your body. Mental issues. It can affect our mind and lead to problems like anxiety, depression, difficult concentrating. Accidents. Strained relationship. Drug can strain relationship with family and friends. Legal problem. Using drugs inappropriately or illegally can result in legal problems. Neglect of responsibilities. It may lead to problems at school, work or home. Financial problems. Drugs can be expensive, so it can lead to financial problems, financial difficulty. When you get addicted to that drugs, you want to be getting it over and over again, and that will mean you spending money every time till it will get to an extent you won't have enough to spend. That is financial problem. Overdose. Misusing drugs can result in an overdose, which can be very dangerous, especially when you are taking it minute by minute, hour by hour. You are taking the drugs, is overdose. It can be very dangerous. Okay? So we should learn to use drugs properly. We have known how to use drugs properly and the consequences if you don't use drugs properly, right? The positive and negative effects of using drugs. We now know the meaning of drugs and the meaning of synthetic drugs and natural occurring drugs, right? Good. So we are going to do our assignment. Meaning of drugs, we talked about it. List out the proper way of using drugs, we talked about it. Mention the consequences of abusing drugs, we talked about it, right? Good.